Growing up, I was used to seeing people get divorced. I was actually 4 when my parents got divorced. Now that I'm older, I'm starting to see more and more people choose not to get married at all. After being married for over 15 years and having children of my own, I have begun to realize the importance of marriage. So today I'm here to persuade you that marriage is not outdated. We will talk about how marriage is an universal institution, how it provides better health, and last but not least, how it provides a better, stable environment for raising children. But first, let's talk about how marriage is an universal institution. So marriage has been around since the beginning of time. It actually is an ancient institution that predates recorded history. Evolutionary biologists acknowledge that the male and female bonding and lasting pairs was the critical step in our evolution and is something just built into us by nature. Now, I got that from the Australian Marriage Forum. The author was unknown, but it was wrote in March 2011. Now, throughout the years, marriage has evolved into a social institution. The Australian Marriage Forum, which was again wrote in March 2011, states that no other form of relationships, friendship, for example, is given the status of an institution. It receives certain rights, obligations, and benefits, and recognition that is unique to it. So if we stop and think about how long marriage has been around, it should not surprise us that marriage is done all over the world. Moreno's New World Encyclopedia, which was updated September 2014, states that while the traditions surrounding marriage ceremonies, the rights and obligations, the way that we choose a partner may differ culture to culture, the essential necessity of marriage has been recognized economically, legally, socially, and spiritually as the primary social institution for raising children. So now that we've talked about why marriage is an universal institution, we can talk about how it benefits our health. It may be hard to believe, but people that are married tend to live longer. Now, some of us tend to joke that you have to live longer because it's torture. It's torture and, we have to live through it. But Rebecca Stewart wrote an article on WebMD, which was updated at the beginning of 2015. And she said that studies show that married people, particularly men, are less likely to die early, and they're less likely to die from heart disease and stroke. Now, it wouldn't be fair if I just pick on the men because women also benefit from being married. Women that are 45 and are married have a 90% chance of making it to 65 compared to unmarried women. Now, I like the 90%. That's a high number. It's pretty high. I like that. And I received those statistics from Kristen Stewart in the Everyday Health, which was wrote in February 11th, 2010. Now, marriage doesn't just increase the time that we live here on earth, but it actually benefits our health overall, especially when we're talking about depression. Rates of major depression were actually 9 times higher in unmarried men, and women showed signs of anxiety, depression, and unease more in single women than married women. Those statistics were also found by Kristen Stewart in Everyday Health, February 11th, 2010. Now, there could be a lot of reasons why this is true. My opinion is people that are not married may be a little isolated more often and not with a person as much, and so you kind of get down and depressed, being alone a lot. But on WebMD, which was again updated earlier this year in 2015, it says that a source of support is readily available when you're married, and that could be a great reason why depression is less. So now that I've talked about how marriage is an universal institution and how it can benefit our health, we can finally talk about how it provides a better, stable environment for raising children. Now, children that grow up with both parents in the home are overall more well-rounded. Research shows that an average child who lives with their own parents are physically healthier and live longer. Meanwhile, children that have parents that are divorced show higher rates of psychological distress, mental illness, and depression. This information came from the dailymail.com, which was wrote by Kristen Walker in March 2012. So, being a mother of 2 children myself, I want nothing more for my kids than to be happy and healthy. So, understanding the importance of marriage and the role that it plays in our children's lives, it makes me want to strive to have a happy marriage. So, we do have to just take a few minutes real quick and talk about school. Children spend a lot of time in school. Well, research shows that children that live with married parents do better academically overall. Donna K. Ginther wrote Family Structure and Children's Educational Outcomes in November of 2004. She writes that individuals from intact families completed on average more years of schooling and were more likely to graduate high school, attend college, and complete college compared to their peers who lived with blended families or single-parent families. So today I have worked to persuade you that marriage is not outdated. We talked about how marriage is a universal institution, how it provides better health, and finally how it provides a better stable environment for raising children. Being a child from a divorced couple myself, I understand the challenges that parents and children face, and I recognize these challenges early on, and I wanted something different for my future. So I worked hard and was very blessed to find a spouse who understands the importance of a happy marriage. And with a lot of hard work, we have seen the benefits in our own children's lives. So I wish you well with your future relationships, and thank you.